Okay. What's the date? Oh, wow. 2 weeks is up. City of SURREY, day whatever it is. With 3.5 those weeks, with piss-pouring rain, cold temperatures, if it wasn't 2.5 weeks worth of snow, and nothing moved. I'm just saying. So, anyway, yeah. February 26th of 2025. I'm going to go back out into that bin. I'm going to bring the camera with me. And I'm going to try and salvage a few things more. Not that I have any place to put it, especially in the state that it's in, because I wanted to get into that garage really 2 years ago. Because I haven't been in it for years, people. I haven't. Because I've been in the yard, and that's just a fact. Okay? And then, of course, I would have needed help, right, to do the garage. And, you know, Marcane wouldn't have helped me. That's a given. And, you know, as for Tisha, well, you know, so I just let it freaking slide, right? And then I was thinking to do for this year because, you know, I was going to give it to my son. Maybe not all of it, because it's a big shed, right? But a good portion of it, I wanted to clear it out. You know, I wanted to get in there and see what happened all these years. See if it was rat-proof. See if it was leak-proof. See how well it was built. Well, apparently it's leak-proof. There's nothing got wet. So that's a thumbs up there, okay? In terms of a rat, well, a rat did get in there. I don't know how many rats got in there, because when Marcane and Marina, we're going to put the blame on Marina, okay, where the blame belongs. Marina went by the bathroom, and there's this little cubby, and it was unlocked. She opened it up. She seen my stuff inside there, and she wanted that space. Then Marcane came up and said, yada-dee-ya, you know, we want to take that out and put it underneath the steps. And I'm like, yeah, but I already got stuff underneath the steps. Like, just leave it alone, and I'll try and find my way down there, and then I'll see if I can empty it out and put it in Tisha's room, that little cubby. Because you know, I had a big box of wax in there, people. I had a winemaking kit that was brand new, which, by the way, ended up in the bin. The kit is gone. Everything that was involved with the kit emptied out. Who knows where that is. But the big glass bottle to make the wine, Andre found it, and I guess he put it by the front door. So I got to bring that in. And I paid like $40-50 for the thing. It was brand new. I bought it in a thrift store, right? And it had like, it was a kit, so it had things with it to get you started, right? And I already had like the to scrub the bottles and shit and all this because of the grapes. I thought maybe that would be something fun to do, right? To learn how to make some wine. $40, $50, whatever it was, just, right? I got all freaking grapes all over the place. Why not? But, of course, it sat in that little cubby. And then there was beautiful paper in there. Big colored paper. I don't know. There was my, there was also a, to look up in the stars, a big telescope, like a big telescope, right? Big. To look up at the stars, that was in there. My canopies were in there. If I was to do a park event or do something out in the community, I have canopies. It was in there. A little picnic thing was in there. Blow-up mattresses, nothing fancy. And my gong stand, because I have a big gong, right? So I have a stand that's in its own case. All right. Well, I said just leave it, and I'll come down the next little while, and I'll put it in Tisha's room, and then you guys can have it, and leave what is whatever is underneath the steps. That's not what happened, people. They just went behind my back, and they fucking switched things around. They emptied it out. right? And I don't know what they did. They emptied out underneath the steps. They stuffed some things in there. And it looks like some of the things, that, as they were moving shit around, ended up in that shed. Because that wine bottle kit, winemaking bottle kit, was in the cubby. And it should have went underneath the stairs when they emptied out the cubby. But for whatever strange reason, because my son had the key to the shed, ended up in the shed. But I didn't know that because he didn't tell me he put that in the shed. And who knows what else he put in that shed, that when they did all that shit. I don't know, okay, because they do what they freaking want. The point is, the only reason he did this, people, is because of what the city of Surrey, with this dude with his black fucking turban on, shaking the rail, trying to get me to fall and break my neck. Because clearly the guy has got something going on in the back room. Right? You know what I'm saying? B-R-I-B-E? Right? To make it not only uncomfortable for us to live here, but to work us to death as we pay for it, for a political agenda that only benefits those that are participating in this activity. Whether it's the city of Surrey with their fucking fake image of a grand great city, or the landlords with their fake image of a fucking property that, you know, they can ask $3 million for. As everybody knows, whoever's going to live in this house when the time comes, it's going to be thrown out like dirt, literally, into a garbage bin, so they can tear it down and build a ghost building for a fake image. It all boils down to a fake image, one way or another. Okay. So, all right. So, I think what happened, right? Because I wasn't there. I just know that it happened when they, you know, took over that little cubby. And that was only because of Marina, because she wanted it. So she egged Marcane to hurry up and do it, go behind my back. They did it. They must have took a few things. I don't know what they took, but they must have, because that wine bottle should have been underneath the steps, not in the bin that came from the shed. Right? They must. So they took the wine bottle kit, making kit, brand new. It was brand new. It never had been used, with everything as a kit in the box with the bottle and everything, and they put it in the shed. But I didn't know that. Maybe that's where some of those videos came from. Maybe not all those videos disappeared. Maybe some of those videos that were underneath the steps ended up in the shed, and now they're back upstairs by the grace of God. Okay? But I have to wipe them down because they were outside, and anytime anything is outside, if it's paper, if it's outside long enough, it's just a matter of time, you know, before you get a little mildew on it, right? So, either or. They're salvageable. So, Andre went after I went, and he found that wine bottle in the box. I seen the box, but I don't see very well, right? So I ignored it, right? I felt the box, and because it had rained, the box was all gooey, so I just left it. But Andre went, and I said, Andre, go back in there, and, you know, because then I can't see very well, see what you can find. And, you know, maybe something a little extra, because, you know, after it's gone, it's gone. You'll never see it again, right? And I guess he rescued the wine bottle and took it out of the box. And then he told me that, you know, he got it. And I'm like, well, why is it even in the shed in the first place? That should be underneath the steps. Better yet, it should be where it was supposed to be to begin with, in my little cubby. Right? If Marino just would have left my shit alone. It wasn't my son, people. It was her that instigated him to do it. And I told him, wait, fine, I'll work on it. I'm going to be working in Tisha's room. You remember those videos, right? I'll take it, because I knew what was in there. And I could have merged it into Tisha's room, because that cubby was very small to begin with. If they just would have left it with me for a week or two, I would have emptied it out and they could have had it, right? But no, Marina couldn't wait. She got Marcane all geeked up. They switched things around. And then I found out about it, did a video about it, got all stressed out about it. Don't know what's around, what's not, what's missing. Don't know where it is, right? Right? You know, chaos, right? You know? Okay, well, we know now that that winemaking kit ended up in the fucking shed. It sat there for, what, a year and a bit? Undisturbed. Nobody cared about it, right? I already mentioned to my son I was working on thinking about clearing out for sure this year. Because I'm not doing food prep, right? I want to, you know, I want to go from spot to spot to spot, do the repairs, wash everything, start moving, whatever, right? We know what we're going to do with the X Club. We know what we're going to do with Mr. Lace's cat house. We know what we're going to do with the hen house, and so on and so on. Well, the shed was on the list too. And I told him I was going to give it to him for the most part. Maybe not everything, because that's a big shed. Because I've got some walnut stuff in there that I want to put for Andre's walnut art for on sale, because I worked really hard with that, right? In terms of the ink powder and that kind of stuff, and whatever else I got in there. But besides that point, and so it wasn't like I wasn't planning to do something. It's just last year nobody wanted to help me. The year before nobody wanted to help me, and it was going to be a big job, and I didn't want to start pulling everything out and then not enough hands to help me to sort it out and figure out what I'm going to do with it or whatever, right? Plus I was still doing food prep, and then we've got Amari, and, you know, I'm losing my eyes, so I thought just, okay, right? So I was going to do it this year. Bring Amari outside, no food prep, right? Things, right? And started picking away at it. Maybe somebody would have came out and helped me. Who knows? All I know is I was going to clear out the majority of it. I wanted to see how dry it was. I wanted to see if I kept the rats out, or any rodent, like a raccoon or whatever, right? Because anytime anything is outside, it's always open game for them, because that's what they like to live in, no matter whatever. So it was on the list to do. But because of what the city of Surrey is doing, saying that we're not allowed to, quote unquote, have anything in our yard, we're not allowed to have, quote-unquote, anything in the garage. Like, since when? Right? You know, what's the point of having a garage if you can't have some stuff in it? Right? You know, especially if your shit's being thrown out from the basement or whatever, right? I still have a few things that, you know, like I have a little yellow table down there that I want to bring up, but I don't have room for it yet until I figure out how I'm going to fit it in there so I can use it to, it's very small, right? Either to put stuff on to take pictures to sell or whatever. But besides that point, my son panicked. That's what happened, people. My son panicked. And because I had mentioned to him, you know, I want to give you the shed, right? Like, why don't you start, like, just take out a few things. I said, take out a few things to start being with what the city is doing, right? And put your stuff in there that, right, that just to because of whatever, right? And I guess when he opened it up and realized that a rat had gotten in there, and you know, he's been trying to catch rats and he hasn't caught one yet. Has he caught a rat yet, Andre? No. He hasn't caught one rat yet.
Marcane, 1 point for shed.
What's that?
0 points for rat. 0 points for Marcane. 1 point for shed.
1 point for Marcane.
0 points.
0 points for Marcane.
And 1 point for the shed.
And 1 point for the shed. But that's an out. I told you, these big ass rats, they like to live outside. What's that? What's that?
The shed had a skeleton of a rat.
It had a skeleton of a rat. And what I'm thinking, people, because these little rats, buggers, right? When you open a door, and you know, because now that I know that he was taking stuff from the basement, when he emptied out that little cubby, and he put it in the shed, that tells me that the door was open, and perhaps that rat ran in there. Literally, it ran in there, and hid somewhere, right? As he's putting stuff in there, and then when he closed it, he locked the rat in, because I made that thing rat-proof. Unless it crawled up from underneath the door and it got in, like it chewed, right? Because they will chew from the ground. Like Mr. Lace's cat house, for example. When I built that, right, and I got the chickens, like right away, like I had Mr. Lace, the rooster, right? Wait a minute, maybe, I don't know. You have to put chicken wire under the dirt. You have to dig up the dirt, put chicken wire, right? So that if a rat wants to get in, what they do is okay, and then you cover it up with dirt. Okay, so you got a layer of dirt, like a layer of hay, a layer of dirt with chicken wire underneath that's attached chicken wire as it goes up the walls, because if you don't do that, a rat will get in and it will attack your chickens, if not a raccoon or a possum or even a skunk maybe. But raccoons and rats are the biggest enemy to chickens. Anyway, a rat tried to get in there. Well, it did get in there. And how it got in there is at the bottom of the base of the pen. It dug a hole, right? Got into the hole, and somehow it loosened the wire where it actually got into the chicken coop. And it did. It killed a chicken. It grabs onto the neck and sucks up the blood. So I got up in the morning, there was a dead chicken. Feathers all over the place, right? And because it got attacked by a rat. If a raccoon gets a chicken, they just tear the thing apart and they eat the whole thing. Okay? You're going to just find feathers. That's all you're going to find. And that's pretty much all you're going to find. If a rat gets a chicken, you're going to find a dead chicken that's been sucked of its blood dry. That's just the way it goes, right? So I rat-proof that. But that's not to say that it didn't come in somehow and chewed to get in there. But there was no food in there. You see, there's no reason for a rat to be in there. Outside of, my son was putting stuff in from the basement with the door open. A rat ran down the fucking alley, okay, and ran into the shed. He wouldn't have seen it, finished doing what he did, closed the door, and because the rat couldn't get out, it lived for as long as it could live, kind of like the one in the shed down there, right? Shitting all over the place, like rats do, or whatever, right? And then it died, because apparently there was a rat skeleton in there. A rat skeleton with a little bit of hair on it. So it died. It couldn't get out. That tells me it couldn't get out. So it probably ran in from the alley. Because for as much as my son was thinking that there's rats, he hasn't caught one yet. Not one. He hasn't caught any in the house, and he hasn't caught any in the yard. And when the city comes to my house and says, well, rats, well, I don't have a real problem with rats because my cats are on the job 24/7. Right? They're always catching mice, whatever. If they're out there. They even get the big ones. Okay? They don't eat the big ones. They'll just leave them by the doorstep if they catch them. The black ones, they will eat. The mice, they will eat, and they'll leave a little head or something maybe to let us know, or they'll leave it there at the door. Outside of that, people, no. You know, this city, this whole fucking province, this whole boo-boo province, this whole province is filled with rats. So, you know, like, there's no excuse for the city to say, do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, because of pest control. Well, why don't you get a handle on your stupid raccoons? That would be a great thing, but you won't. You won't bring in a spay and neuter program. You know, you won't help people that live in houses to deal with these animals that, get into their sheds because they chew through the wood and, they take over the environment, and we're not allowed to evict them. We have to let them stay there with their babies for 3 months as they eat and trash everything and destroy everything, so that when you go inside, it's just one big freaking nightmare. You don't do anything about their latrines, or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just an excuse to make our lives uncomfortable, to make us miserable, right? To create chaos, right? To get that cortisol going, to get us freaking fighting, or whatever. And so when I, my son realized that this dude wants the garage cleared out, he panicked. Oh, Mom said I could have the shed. Yeah, I did. But I said, wait till spring. In the meantime, just take a few things out and throw it in there, whatever, just out of sight, out of mind for now. And then in the spring, when the weather warms up, that's when we can really tackle it and take things out, because whatever's sitting up in my bathtub right now, it would have been better to wash it in the spring or summer on a hot day and then let it air out under the sun after it's been washed with soapy bleach water, right? And even if there was a rat running around in there peeing on this or peeing on that or pooping on this, first of all, it's not toxic per se, because this is not a manufacturing company where they put rat poison throughout their warehouses and then the rats eat the poison and then they run along on the pop cans that are being stored in these facilities, pooping and pissing, right? And then, of course, those pop cans find their ways into the grocery store. And you've heard this, you always should be washing your pop can lids, because they come from warehouses where rats are running around and the companies, put out the rat poison, and there's no guarantee that, the lid of the pop can may not have a urine or whatever remnant left over. So when you pull the tab and you put it to your lips, you might be coming into rat poison from the simple fact of it was in a warehouse from a manufacturing company, or maybe in transport in the trucks or wherever, from one facility to the other facility. Okay, that's where rat poison, that's where rat poop and urine could be potentially harmful to human beings. But in terms of just rat feces and urine, you just sweep that shit up. You wash everything down. If everything's in a freaking bag, it ain't getting nothing inside of it. Okay? But not my son. He's like, ooh! And he's throwing everything out. Throwing everything out. Have you seen that? Mrs. Gill said, get rid of it. Fucking city, get rid of it. Right? We don't want to pull it out in the springtime. If we pull it out in the springtime and my mom starts poking around it, it will be a heat score for the city and we'll get evicted. Throw it out. Right? Because, we've been threatened. Right? I want to clean the shed. Why? If you clean the shed, you got to do everything in one day, because if you don't, the city's coming the next day and they're going to slap you with an eviction notice with the landlord because they got somebody else wanting this house to rent, that is, at maximum $1. Right? So now they're using non-profit children's toys to evict me. If I was to clean out the shed in the springtime. So, I have to, I'm not happy with the situation. I know why he did it. He only did it because of what the city is doing and what the landlord is doing. That shit's been sitting there forever. I built that shed, I'm almost positive. I had to fight with the city to keep the wood, right? It was being built as they were coming around, stalking me, putting the whip on my back, right? And they let me keep the wood to finish what I was doing, to fix the fence, whatever. 2020, fix the fence, whatever. 22, fix the fence, whatever. I don't have no wood now to fix the fucking fence, so forget that shit. But besides that point, so I filled it up, basically, with nonprofit stuff, walnut wood and all that, like walnut ink and whatever, okay, a few other things, and it sat there, undisturbed, because I was busy in the yard, and that's just a freaking fact. I never could go out and do anything at Gateway Place with the kids. I couldn't go out in the streets and do something for the kids next door. I just couldn't. I couldn't do anything because I had to work in the yard, people, and that's a fact, okay? And I was too tired to go off and do anything else after the fact. I was too grimy. I was too bruised up, you know what I'm saying? I'm serious. You don't even know. And then Marina wanted the cubby. They cleared out the cubby. They obviously put some stuff in the shed because we know that by the wine jug that ended up in the bin as my son pulled out the box, realized that a rat was in there, pissed on the box, and versus taking out what was in the inside, he just chucked out the whole thing and justified it by saying it had rat piss on it, or shit, or whatever. The rat chewed the box. Who knows? Get it out of here. I need the space now that I'm doing this. Mom said I could do it. Yeah, in the spring when I was there. And if you were going to do anything, just make enough room, you know, take a few things out. Don't take half of everything or all of everything out. Throw it in, because he said, well, the bin's here now. Let's do it now. This is the time to do it now. And I'm like, holy shit, Markane, like, please, like, you know, and I'm like, well, just, you know, like, there's walnut stuff in there. Just be careful, like, be careful what you're doing. Like, I know there's nonprofit stuff in there, but honestly, people, I haven't looked at it for years. I didn't realize what was in there until I got into that bin, and that stuff is expensive to buy. And this is another thing my son doesn't know. He doesn't buy toys. Not those kind of toys. And with the economy the way it's going to go, toys are going to become even more expensive. But he's been vicious about the things that he's been doing with me anyway. But on the other hand, you know, he did make an effort to put some of that stuff that was in that cubby in there. But if the city wouldn't be doing what the city is doing, being overzealous and extremist with their extreme yard maintenance demands, because they have a political agenda to force us out one way or another so that they can get the kickbacks with, I don't know, the bribes. There's a bribe going on in here because the city itself, as a corporation, is not getting the kickback by kicking me out, people, because the tax base stays the same. So by kicking me out, their taxes don't go up higher, unless, of course, they're in partnership with the province, where the province is bringing in the immigrants and then putting the pressure on the city to house them, and the only way they can provide housing for them is to kick out families like mine. And then if they can prove that they can house them, then the government, the provincial government, will give the city more money. So that would be like a bribe in a roundabout way. Whereas this guy, as an individual, doing a backroom deal and making it really hard for us, so it sets the stage for the landlord to evict us because I'm out there in the spring cleaning out the shed, and he doesn't like the shit out on the driveway as I'm doing it for a few days, because it's going to take a few days to do it, especially if I'm washing it and letting it sit under the sun and air drying it, right? Right? Just to freshen it up, eh? Because that would be what would be ideal, right? But now I got shit sitting in my fucking bathtub again. But everything was bagged up, so I might just rebag it, and then I'll deal with it in the summertime or the springtime and wash it then. Yeah, I'm just going to get some new bags and take them out of the old bag and put it in the new bag. Because honestly, I have no place to be air drying this stuff in the house. And if you're going to do that, you might as well do it under the sun, because the sun is the natural disinfectant. Not that any of that stuff that's been bagged up needs to be disinfected, you know, outside of being aired out, because it's been sitting in the shed since 2017, because it was mainly nonprofit stuff for kids. And when I say it is a representation of the Punjabi community, regardless, you know what, YouTube put age restriction on my video because I was cussing, over cussing, because I'm like, well, why did they do that? I looked at their policy. There was no nudity. There was no violence, and if there was, it was against me and my belongings. Right? That's where the violence is. And where is it coming from ultimately? From the city. You can't really blame my son for it, because he was content to leave that there. Right? Obviously he put stuff in there. That's how the rat got in, and once the door was closed, it probably couldn't get out, and it died, and that's why they found the one rat skeleton. I know how fucking rats work out here, people, because I've been in this yard for 14 years. I've been dealing with rats ever since I moved into this house. They're part of the freaking landscape, right along with the raccoons, and then the skunks come out at night, and you know, right? They do. You can look out your window and a little skunk running around, you know, and then of course there's possums yet, right? And then the coyotes. Don't forget the coyotes. So, you know. Now, will we know that fully? No, not until we completely gut it. And then if we find a hole where it was going in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, then it got in that way. But for it to live in that environment for any length of time, going in and out, in and out, in and out, that's not what they like. They like to live they burrow under compost boxes. Like I said, my cats are good at catching them. We had one underneath the rabbit hutch or something. There was a big one, right, around the rabbit hutch at one point, and the cats caught it. One of the cats caught it and killed it. It was a big one. Andre seen it running in to go eat the rabbit food, run out. The cats were stalking it. Eventually they caught it, right? There was one in the compost in the back, but it buried itself in the middle of the compost underneath almost, 2 feet of worth of shit, right? The cats caught that one too. Okay, that's the kind of stuff. Marcane said when he pulled the boards back over here on up by the compost over here, and then I had, plywood boards on the next garden bed that was just placed on the dirt. He lifted up the boards and he found a nest. That's what they like to nest in, people. They don't like to nest in quote-unquote sheds, per se. They will find their way into the X Club sometimes. So, when I do my annual clean, when I'm gutting it and spraying it all down, and, every now and then, a year here, a year there, I'll notice a rat had been in there, especially if I have walnuts. If I had, like when I was doing all the walnuts and stuff like that, or even shells, even if they think they can get a little bit of food from the shells, because I was, taking out the walnut, put the shells in a bag, I put the shells for art, right, into the X Club. I'd come back after winter, I'd open up the X Club, right, and then I'd find that they got into the bag and they were chewing up the shells because that's all the food that they had to eat. And then they moved on. And of course they left their signature, whatever, and you clean it. That's it. But it's not where they like to, quote unquote, live. So I'm thinking that rat ran in and it died in there. But we won't be 100% sure until I get in there and pull everything out, inspect all the, the baseboards all the way around, see how tight the door is fitting, look on top, because they can crawl, right? Right? But it's very unusual for them to die in an enclosed environment, unless of course they got locked into it. So I'm figuring since my son opened up the shed, put stuff in there without me even realizing he did that, as he was going back and forth, the bloody thing ran in from the freaking alley, or wherever it came from, and got locked in. And once it got locked in, it lived for as long as it could, and then it died. Why else would there be a skeleton in there? It's hard to say. So anyway, you know, I know my son is, he didn't purposely go out of his way. That man, I know that man didn't purposely go out of his way to be hurtful. Right? And I suppose in his mind, I did give him permission. I didn't want to be there when he did it, because I didn't want to get into an argument saying, oh, leave it. So I left it up to his discretion, and I can't get overly angry. I can't get overly angry for the things that he does not value like me. In terms of, he doesn't value children's toys, musical instruments, craft material, things that Alea May and Kyrie could play with, because he's never been at that mindset. He has no kids, right? You know what I'm saying? He kind of resents the nonprofit because he feels like it took a lot away from me and us as a family. And he has a right to feel that way, because I feel the same way too. But there are no guarantees in life, and I've had a lot of hurdles, and clearly the Punjabi community has been a detriment to the foundation, because if they would have been more community oriented, I'm sure things would have been different. But the reality is they're stuck on themselves, and that's just a fact. And that bin, with that shit in that bin, is a representation of the Punjabi community. That's how they view the community that is separate from them. They have their community through their organized religion, with their political agenda to take over everything, while the rest of the community belongs in that bin. And I'm not going to make apologies for saying that, because that is what, I don't know how many years now, since 2000, 25 years, has proven. Living in a Punjabi community, waiting for them to step up to the plate to make it a better fucking province. Sorry, boo-boo province for everybody. That's not their agenda. And that's what my videos prove. That's what my effort over the years, with no results except a Punjabi stealing my foundation for certificates, literally stealing them and not giving them back to me, and doing a Judas as if I was a Jesus, and turning his back saying, I don't know who you are. Well, then you must be retarded. Unless, of course, maybe you did get that $2 million with my certificates and your other person that you signed up on as a board director, and then came back to me a couple years later and told me to take them off. You signed them up and you took them off. And you took my foundation nonprofit certificates. So there is a probability, maybe a small one, doesn't matter. There is a probability that he did get that $2 million through the foundation certificates with his buddy and partner in crime, and laundered it through some bank that none of us know about. Okay? Because why else would a man do that, people? Huh? Why? Unless, of course, he was hiding something. But he's a representation of the Punjabi community too, because he was just all talk. It was just talk. I guess I couldn't work hard enough to I don't know, impress him or something. Who knows? Whatever. So I'm thinking to go outside, put on my dirty clothes first, and go back in that bin and take this last opportunity that I have to scoop up on, like, there's a couple of little drums that I know would be good for Amari. Mari likes to bang on drums, honestly, and I left them there because I was so disgusted, right? You know, as like I said, as if I got room up here to be bringing in more shit, but you know, it's a one-time chance here in a lifetime. Once they're gone, they're gone. I'll never buy them again. I have no need except for Amari, and you know what I mean? So if I go, which I probably will, Amari is on my mind because he loves to bang on drums. And these are little round ones, right? There's a cute little pink one there. There's a cute little blue one there. You know what I'm saying? And a couple of other little ones, you know. And I'm just going to go in there and grab a fucking garbage bag and pick and throw it into the garbage bag. And maybe I'll find some of Andre's Hot Wheels. I don't think so. I think the case opened up and they all fell to the bottom. So when they clear out the bin, somebody's going to probably score with a whole bunch of freaking antique Hot Wheels from Andre's, what, 14 years old? From 11 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Not that they're antique, but they're old, right? So they're better made. You see, that's the thing. They're better made. And they were well protected in that shed. Yeah. I'm so mad. But I'm not out of the woods. Because you know they're plotting and scheming how to attack me next. They'll be quiet for 6 months to a year. It's kind of like that freaking pipe downstairs. And then all of a sudden it will get all clogged up. If I phone my landlord, she'll tell me to get Alex to do it. I'll say, yeah, but I have to pay. You pay half, I'll pay half. I'll be like, why? Well, if you don't like it, you can move. You don't pay $3,500 a month. I'm not paying nothing. And then she'll hang up the phone and saying she can't stand it anymore. And we will be right back to square one. Right back to this situation. Right? I'll be working on the X Club, doing repairs or whatever, making the roof not leak. Oh man, I'm so proud of myself, but I gotta secure that before the shit falls down because I only stapled that crap up. And all my wood is gone. I was gonna run little slats on it just to hold it up in case a staple buckled. You know, this is what I mean. My son doesn't understand this shit. I just ran out of energy in 2024, people. I get tired of being freaking grimy. I get tired of busting up my body, and I can't see if if I'm working hard out there and I'm doing it like regularly, like, every week I'm out there 3, 4, 5 days a week or whatever the hell it is, because 7 days a week, for crying out loud, for 12 hours at a time sometimes. What do you think happens to my legs, man? I get big ass freaking bruises like this with cuts and all this. The only thing is I can't see it anymore. I know they're there. So before in the past, and because I'm working with such cruddy shit, I used to look for little red lines to make sure I wasn't getting blood poisoning from all that injury. Because I'm hard on my body. Boom! Oh, just keep on going. Sometimes I'll whack, and I don't even realize I've whacked myself. And then I go and I have a bath, and I'm like, holy shit, what the hell happened here? I don't remember doing that. Because I'm so intensive with what I'm working on. Like, the work itself is so intensive. Right? So, with that, playing on my head and just the grime and the grit and not having access to a proper laundry room with 10 times more laundry with Amari, and I wanted to finish up with the food prep, just get it done with, and right, and I'm behind on laundry, I'm behind on this, and the toys are, whatever is fucking piling up in my bathtub. I'm bringing in bins, like these little carry things that I need for something, because if I leave it outside, it goes in the bin, it's gonna be garbage, and I'm like, fuck that shit, sorry, boo-boo that crap, right? I'll just bring it in, and I'll wash it, and, I'm gonna do this, and this, and this with it, right? Like, it's just, this is no way to live. and then be told that you can't have anything in your yard, you can't have anything in your garage, you can't do anything? Well, it's now down to like freaking a concentration camp. They got us down into a concentration camp. They just got us out there working to keep the property value up, overinflated, to attract the foreign investors as they're looking on through Google as to what they're quote unquote buying, knowing that it's going to be tore down anyway. It's just a farage, a fake reality that only benefits a few. You know, the video that YouTube age restricted, they sent me 2 notifications. I don't know. I guess they want me to appeal it, but I'm not going to, because that's another fake entity. You know, whatever. You know, I stopped doing that stuff a long time ago because they're fake. They shadow ban, they gang stalk, right? You know, that video that got just recently age restricted, that is pure 100% emotion. 25 years of me waiting for the Punjabi community to step up to the plate and actually do something for the province of British Columbia, Canada, that benefited all people, poor people, right? You know what I'm saying? Just whoever versus just themselves. You can write the public union sector off. I thought I could tap into the public union sector because when I first started the foundation, they were strong and they were they had good leadership roles in terms of child poverty rate was the lowest of all of Canada back in 1999 because of the public union sector being, you know, that middle class that was steady as she goes when it comes to ending child poverty in the province of British Columbia, Canada. But in 2001, BC Liberal government came in, was in power for, I think, 16, 17 years, and pushed child poverty rate to be one of the highest now in Canada versus being the lowest when I started out with the foundation. And you can blame that on the public union sector, basically. And that's proof in the pudding with my videos, because the majority of people that have attacked my family and caused great harm have been employed by the government in one way or another. The banking system, the healthcare system, social services, whether it's through the monetary, financial end of it, illegally cutting me off of welfare, or illegal apprehension of Andre, right? Healthcare, illegal organ harvesting, right? Not providing Sierra with proper mental health and housing and all that, so that, you know, she ended up just being something to use and abuse out in the streets for 8 months after they illegally kicked her out, which was another government employee. While the Punjabis, they're with the fire department and those type, not fire department, ambulance, are the body snatchers, the ones that come and scoop up the profiteer. Right? Ambulance came, got Shimei, knew she was dead, took her to the hospital anyway. And it was a Punjabi that took what they wanted, what he wanted, because he could sell it at the temple, whatever he took out of Shimei's body, which is Punjabi, organized religion. And he was a government employee too. But ultimately, before he sell it to a white person, he'd sell it to a Punjabi, because they're the ones with the money. Why do you think they need more money, people? Why do you think they're so desperate to have money? I guess organs are getting more expensive, like everything else. So they need to make more money to make sure that they have enough money to pay for the organs when they need them so they can live their prosperous long life as they trash the community by doing what they do to people like my family. And there's a lot of my families in the province of British Columbia, Canada, but they're not the only ones doing it, okay? Other ethnic groups are doing it as well because our province is corrupt in general, and they allow it because they've sold us all off to foreign investment as they're phasing out human beings, and we're just the first on the chopping block, right? I guess my landlord figures if she sells me out with my family, because you know half of them are dead now, right? You know, that just buys more time for her family to be able to live as humans, that is, and be safe, right? Because, you know, is she feeding the beast, right? You know, before she'd feed the beast her granddaughter, she'd feed the beast my grandkids, right? So I suppose for her it makes sense to tell me to get rid of everything, that I'm not allowed to have anything, right? And that I will never have anything, right? Because in her mind, it's better that we have nothing versus her family have nothing. But eventually, her family, she won't be around to see it. I'm going to end it on this. She won't be around to see it because she's not going to live forever, even though she'd like to. They're just going to end up being breeders. In terms of that new world order where they're trying to depopulate X amount of people off the planet and then keep what? Through the Georgia Guidestones, maybe 500 million people on this globe. To do what? When it's already being automated through robots. To do what? The only thing a robot would want from us would be body parts, so that they can improve whatever it is that they're trying to build right now. They took Shimei's teeth. Okay? They didn't make dentures with her teeth for a human being. So whatever my landlord is thinking, I don't think she's thinking that far ahead into the future, where she might just be setting up her family to be nothing more than breeders. If you know what I'm suggesting here, right? In terms of spare parts. Okay, same day, right? What is it? The 26th of February of 2025. I'll put the two videos together. This I'm going to try and put in the shed in the back. In the back, right? Where all my tools are, like screws and all that shit. Do you see this? It was brand new. Why was it in the shed? Well, clearly my son put it in there when he cleared out the cubby. But he never told me he did that. You see, that's the thing, people. I never knew that. And honestly, I think that's when that rat got in there. And when they closed the door, you know, it couldn't escape. So it ended up dying in there. Anyway, I only have one opportunity to do this. He threw this out. I know it doesn't seem like much for him, but for me, it makes sense. So that's got to go up there. Okay, because I don't want to spend money. I can't. I'm like, you don't even know how much debt I'm in, people. Something flew by. Okay, I am salvaging what I can salvage. This would be, this is a little tent or something over, I'm saving that for the kids. So I'm gonna bring that in. Now, Amari likes drums. Everything's blurry for me. It is what it is. I'm not. Amari really likes drums. Okay, so this is what's actually provoking me from coming out here and doing this right now. Because he likes drums. Why should I have to go and buy drums? I don't. I have them right here. Right? Some of them I'll let him play with. Other ones I won't. I don't know what this is. It's soft, sponge. I keep this stuff because of Amari, right? Because, you know, you have to pencil them in. I don't think I can really put this anywhere, people. So, what about here? That's not enough room. So anyway, I'm just gonna go in here and I'm just gonna grab a bag. Okay? And I'm gonna feel around. If I think it feels okay. I'm afraid the camera will fall. Not much room. Maybe just temporarily. Don't move. I'm just gonna fill up bags. I want Andre to have enough things to try and sell online. It's nothing for... See, I'm already touching. Doing this shit for years, people. I was a mother long before Marcane was ever born. He was my third child, okay? This isn't the first house I've lived in. I've lived in worse houses when it came to some of this shit that I've been dealing with than this place, but this is the worst yard I've ever lived in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you don't even know. Man, it doesn't help when you go blind, but it is what it is. You do until you can't do no more. So basically, I'm just going to fill up what I think I want. Whether I'm going to have to wash everything. I mean, that's a given. But it's not going to happen all at one time. I think some of that stuff that's in my, well, those 2 bags that are in my bathtub right now, I'm probably just going to take them out of the bag. Of whether I throw them in a bag like this or another clear bag, it doesn't matter. And then I'll probably, ideally, you want to wash them. Nice soapy water with a bit of bleach. That's where those blue swimming pools come in handy, you know? And then you lay them out and you let the sun do its magic. Oh yeah, not only do they dry faster, but, and then they'll be like brand new. And then we'll decide what we're gonna do with them. I'm gonna give Andre the opportunity to sell them first. However we decide, these things are expensive to buy, trust me, okay, I know. And I paid for them. I'm in debt for them, people, okay? I went into, you know, not including everything that I wrote down, you can almost put at $100,000 into this foundation when it came to everything. On the books, the last time I did books, oh, I don't know, I was at 30 grand. And that was just for basic stupid shit. Okay? So, you know, some of this stuff, there's nothing wrong with it. Right? So I don't... No. What's this? What is this? Somebody already pulled this out. I guess it was Andre. What is this? Look at this. Oh my God, man. Like, this is what I mean. Like, fuck. Okay, I'm not going to get mad. I'm not even going to get mad at my son. He didn't go out of his way purposely to do this. He just panicked. He made a hasty decision. He didn't know how to deal with what I'm dealing with. You know, he doesn't have time for it, right? You know what I'm saying? So we can't get mad at him for not being in line with my thinking, okay? If the city of Surrey wasn't doing what they're doing, look at this. He wouldn't have done this. Look at this. I don't know what this is, but it's in perfectly good shape because it was in a dry environment. It doesn't even smell, people. I got my nose right to it. All it does is need to be aired out. So this needs to be, there's no mildew, nothing in it. So this has to go inside and I need to air it out. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's full. And it's like, this is what I mean, you know? And the person who's going to empty out this fucking bin, do you honestly think they're going to throw it out? Hell no. That's why they do stupid shit like this. That's why they took my yard play equipment. My play yard equipment. I am gonna salvage that little stroller, even though it doesn't have wheels, because I have the play food, a big bin. From when Andre was little. Right? just wish I could see. It's hard to see. So maybe we'll just... Okay. So some things have to go in right away. Some things can go in the bag and be dealt with later, because I'm probably going to have to be outside in a couple of days from now, because the city dude's supposed to come by today, but my son asked him to call him, so I don't know what will happen there, but I'm sure he won't be satisfied. So I figure, okay, just suck it up, Judy, you know, prepare to go back outside in a couple of days, continue working up by the greenhouse there, by the blackberry bush. I need to get up in there and finish it, right? And whatever. Now I am going to save these things. If they don't crack, do you see? Because now this one is a little cracked here. Something's cracking, or maybe it's just the rim. Could be just the rim. No, because it wasn't outside. It wasn't in the elements. Okay. Shit like this, I don't care. Oh God, whatever water was in there went up my sleeve. I'm gonna keep this. Just because Amari likes drums. And he loves it when the kids come by. Oh God, as soon as the kids come, man, you don't even know. Look at this. Andre found tennis balls. Now, something like this, I'm just going to throw in the bag. I'll deal with it later. Right? Now, this is teddy bears. But, I don't know. I don't know. I can't be dealing with teddy bears. We're just going to have to let the teddy bears go. More than likely. Here's another drum. Because I used to work with kids, people. 40 to 60 kids at one fucking time, man. Like, how pathetic is this? I am garbage picking through my own stuff that I paid for. This is something to do with, like I said, Andre had lots of Hot Wheels. They're probably all in the bottom of this bin, because I seen the container that they were probably in wide open. When my son threw it in, it opened up. Okay, so let me just turn this off and move this camera, so I'm just gonna go and find a few things. Okay, you tell me why I should have to do this. Outside of the city of SURREY and my landlord's stressing out my house. And putting my son on a fucking rampage with that cortisol going in his head, making unwise decisions because he's afraid of what's going to happen if he didn't clear out at least part of the fucking garage, because that's the only reason he did this, people. Andre goes to a free swimming pool. He wanted that because he told me it was there. I said, why didn't you bring it out? Oh, I'm scared. Well, I brought it out. Remember I told you that was a winemaking kit, brand new freaking bucket. Do you know how expensive it is to buy bloody buckets? Never mind, there's the parts that I could find so far for it. It's bullshit. And the glass thing is up there. And then, look at this. Now this is gonna have to come inside. Okay, I'm not sure what it is, but it's nicely bagged up. But the bag got ripped, which tells me the box got ripped, a little wet. And I don't have my glasses on. But before I allow it to go in the garbage and let the Punjabi garbage pickers get it, because they didn't pay for it, but I did. I paid for this, people. Let's see what it is. My son doesn't care. He doesn't have kids. 3 steps ahead. Might be good for Amari once I get my life in order. If I'm not working in the fucking yard for my landlord. Because don't forget, I gotta come out here and still work. Alright? There's things I need to do. Look at this. This is definitely going inside. I caught it just in time. Now you tell me. You tell me. Why should this end up in the garbage? Do you honestly think the Punjabis that are going to empty this bin are going to just chuck this shit out? No. Fuck no. What's the difference between this and $500 play outside equipment? So we'll say that was 20 bucks. But when they went for my outside play equipment, because they knew that they could do something with that, what's the difference? There is no difference. It doesn't belong to them. Same thing with this. Andre wanted this, but he was afraid to bring it in. You know, he don't know what to do with it. He used to play with this as a kid. These are his toys, his memories. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's, I don't know. But you can see, it's a track. And look, baseball, right? And he used to play with this. He wants to play with it. But he was afraid to bring it in because he didn't know where to put it. He didn't want his uncle fucking screaming at him. Oh, I'm going to bring it in and I'm going to go hide it somewhere. Don't ask me where. Because I'm sure Alea May and Kyrie would like to play it. And I know Andre would love to play with it, with the kids. Because he's good with the kids. Right? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we got that so far. Now I can't take the camera up there because I have to be careful how I'm walking around. Do you see that blue thing right there? Where is it? It was full of cars. You know those cars. Hot Wheels. But it's gone. Okay, right? Okay. So we know this is pathetic. Those balls are still good. So I'm going to rinse them off. Pretty much everything you see here that's rinsable, except for maybe this. But that's still dry. I'm going to take that inside. These bags, whatever's in these bags, I'm just going to rebag them. And I'll deal with them later. This is pathetic. Totally fucking pathetic. Am I mad at my son? Yeah, I am. Because when he does stuff like this, he kind of goes out of his... Is this recording? I think it is. Oh my god, I can't see the red in it. And of course that cruddy, muddy, pissy... Because you can smell it, but I think somebody's been in there pissing, right? I don't think it's all fucking rat piss. Hell no. Either or. I salvaged what I could. And I ain't gonna sweat it. I'm just gonna rebag the bags. I'm just gonna put them in the shed for now, in the back. Whatever. And I'll deal with it in the springtime, where I can actually wash them in a big bucket or something, assuming that I have any left in terms of those kind of things. Because I'm being wiped out, people. And then I'll air dry it under the sun. And then we'll pick through it. And we'll decide what we're going to do with it. Try and sell it for Andre, what he wants to try and sell. Let the kids play with whatever the kids want to play with. Or we'll donate it to somebody else. One or the other. You have to remember, Tisha's taking the kids away. Right? Out of the country. Just a matter of time. And they're only little ones. And I'm not going out and I'm not buying. I don't mind doing this. I don't mind washing it. I tried to store it, but I'm not allowed to have anything anymore because I'm getting old. And I'm blind and I'm easy to take advantage of. Yeah. And because my son makes good money. Because my son makes good money. Hi there.
Hi.
There's not much left. Toys. Are you interested in toys?
No.
You got no children?
I took a couple.
Oh, well, there's a few things here if you want to help yourself. I'm trying to I'm frugal. It's mostly, I don't know. It's,
Up the place?
Pardon me?
You do the cleanup? They're cleaning up this place, or they're gonna...
No, but the city is harassing me, and they don't want my son to have his tools in the fucking garage, so he emptied out half the garage. The shed that I made. He emptied out half the shed. This is non-profit children's stuff that I used to go out in the community and do non-profit stuff with. Or it was my grandson's when he was little. And because the city is harassing us with the yard, you know, because the landlord wants to try and get me evicted so she can charge $5,500 for this house.
Well, where is it? Where? In this area?
Huh?
Where is it? Where?
What?
The area. What area are you?
Well, right here, what do you mean?
This house?
Yeah, my house. I rent this house.
Oh, I see. So you don't know about...
No, I've been here 14 years and they want $5,500 a month and I pay $2,150.
What your daughter's name? I remember you...
Tisha.
Tisha, yeah.
Yeah, I used to have 3 daughters, but 2 are dead now.
I know. What was the other one?
Shimei and Sierra.
Sierra,
Yeah.
I came here before, remember me? I came here and you had a bunch of VHS, VCR.
VCRs and all that.
Oh, yeah.
That's when my son moved in a girl.
Yeah.
He moved in a girl and everything went out on the road. So it's not my son moving in girls, it's the city trying to harass me. So there's really not much left in there.
Taking this, right? You don't mind me taking it, right?
I don't care. Take what you want.
Thank you.
Like seriously, man. Like it's just ugh. And if you want, you can come get something here because I really have no place for it. I just don't want it to go to waste.
Yeah, I hear you. I'll come check them out.
Yeah, come check them out. You got kids. Why not? Yeah. Come on.
I recycled the wires too, so I take them out. Take it 3 parts.
I mean, you can dig further if you want. I only went so far.
Okay. No, thank you. No, you know?
You have to wash it though. Be careful because it came from the shed and there was a rat running around in it.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah, but that's okay. Soap and water, right?
14 years later, you must have a lot of stuff, you know?
I used to work on a non-profit. I used to work with 40 to 60 kids at one time.
Okay.
Do you know Gateway Place? Do you know Gateway Place up there just across King George?
Yeah.
The big apartment buildings with the inside courtyard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go in there. I lived there for almost 3 years.
Wow.
And I worked on a non-profit and I'd go out. I was Mama Lynn. I used to do park events and all kinds of crazy crap. So that's why I got a lot of this stuff, right?
You made your mark already, you know?
Huh?
You already made your mark in the community, you know?
No, because I was busy working in the yard for my landlord.
For your landlord?
Yeah, I was in the yard working for my landlord. So I got out of touch. I couldn't go. I had city on my back 14 years. This is about the 4th or 5th time they've been here. Do this, do. Now that things are built, now they're trying to get me evicted.
No, you've been evicted?
Well, they're trying to.
Oh, no.
They're using the yard as the excuse because of, wood piling up because they don't provide annual spring cleanup.
Yeah, but, your landlord doesn't mind you, right?
No, they want $5,500 a month for this house instead of $2,150. I pay $2,150 because I'm old school from 14 years ago.
So hold on, how much you paying now?
I pay $2,150
That's kidding.
for the whole house.
That's fair price.
Huh?
That is a fair amount, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I've been here 14 years. I came in at $1,550. They can only raise the rent so much. But the minute they kick me out, they can break it up into 2 suites, right? And get $5,500 a month.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Do you need a bag or something? I'll give you a bag.
Oh, and I'm going to collect them once I get them down, what I want?
Yeah, but then what you don't want, you have to put back.
Yes, I would, man.
And then you can wash your hands, too.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
All right.
I would, yeah.
I'm just going to start rinsing off. I only have so much time. So you do what you want to do, and I'm going to start rinsing off what I want to do here. But you need to pick something here and for your kids. Huh?
The rest goes in here?
What?
The rest goes inside?
I can't hear you.
If you throw in the rest inside.
What?
After I pick what I want, what are you going to do with the rest?
Don't want it. Throw it out.
Yeah, I would do that for you if you want.
No, I don't want anything.
Okay,
I got what I want.
Okay, I'll throw whatever you don't want there, I'll throw it inside for you.
Where? What are you talking about?
Huh?
You take what you want.
Okay.
What you don't want, put back in the bin.
Yes,
Just be careful because it's crazy in there.
Thank you very much, man.
Don't cut yourself.
I will not. Thank you. You're very caring. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, we should exchange numbers and be friends.
Absolutely, we are.
Yeah.
Seriously, we are.
Yeah. I have a board director to my foundation that wanted to do a park event, but I just can't do it. But maybe we could do something small.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right? You know, maybe do something outside of a small business or something.
For sure, man.
You know, I don't know, like little DJ stuff, right? My DJ will come. He'll set up. Do you have a business that might allow us to set up?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you have DJ? Because I got DJ.
Yeah, no, I don't have a DJ.
I do.
You see,
I do.
That is how you do it.
Well, that's how we did it. He wants to do a park event, but I can't do a park event this year. But if you can hook us up with a small business in the summertime, he'll come.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he'll come with his equipment and do something. He likes to do stuff like
Where
that.
is he from? Jamaica?
Yeah, Papa Riley. He's a drywaller.
He's a driver.
Yeah.
So he said,
Yeah, Big Jollof Sound! Right? With Yogi! I can't hear you.
he's going on the side, DJ. He's a DJ on the side.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to do park events, and we did outside Bingy's restaurant when it was Bingy's restaurant.
Yeah.
We did an event there. And at Gateway Place, he came with and did an event there with me with the kids in the courtyard.
Yeah.
Playground restoration at Gateway Place. He wants to do a park event, but I'm broke. So, but I'm sure he'd love, and he actually wants to do hall parties too. Yeah, but we got to get DJ equipment, DJ insurance. So I don't know, we need to exchange phone numbers and talk about stuff like that, because you seem like a nice guy too, right?
I am.
Yeah. I'm 63 going blind.
Last time I was here, I had my truck.
Huh?
I had a truck. Last time I came here, I had a truck.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you don't remember probably, yeah.
I'm going blind now.
That's, we all are.
Hmm?
Getting old, we all are, you know.
Ruler?
We all are. We all are getting,
Getting old?
yeah, we're getting old,
Yeah, but I feel with my hands now. But I still have a legitimate foundation. If you really want to do a few things, we can do it. But outside of a business, it doesn't cost no money. Riley, I'll hook you up with him. You talk to him, you book a day, and he'll come. He's solid as a rock.
He's solid? Okay.
Oh yeah, you can trust him.
That's awesome.
And that will make him feel good, because we're not going to do a park event. He wanted to do Queen's Park in New Westminster, right?
Yeah.
But it costs money, and I'm not organized. Can you not see? Look what's happening to my life again.
No, you do.
You seen it the last time, now you see it again.
You're amazing. You're still old enough. You still have a place.
What?
You're still amazing, you know.
Well, you're the only one in all of Surrey, British Columbia, Canada, who feels that way.
Honestly, yeah, you respect them, very respectful. I respect you, big deal. Like last time when I met you, that's what I saw. You were nice to me, you know?
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, you were very nice to me, and I never forgot that, you know?
Well, I really do appreciate that.
And I knew about your daughter. She
Ye-
was a good friend too. Like, we used to see her. The same thing, we all struggle, you know what I mean? It's just so sad to hear, to see people go untimely, but a lot of people went,
Yeah.
A lot of people died, eh?
Yes, a lot of people are still dying too.
Yeah, still dying,
Yeah. So do you have a boy or a girl or both?
I have a boy.
How old?
He is 14 now.
Oh, he's a big boy.
He's a big boy now. He's past the 20.
Oh, he's not going to want any of this stuff.
I wish he had those things when he was a little,
Yeah. I'm just trying to think what I got kicking around for
Hey, but you can
a 14-year-old boy.
That can be donated.
Huh?
That you can donate that still,
Well, I have one disabled grandson that's severe cerebral palsy, so I'm going to keep these drums for that. And I've got 2 grandkids with Tisha that are 3 and 5, 6.
Okay.
So that's why I pulled this out, right? And then my 14-year-old grandson, if there's anything here that he can maybe try and sell just to learn how to sell things. But for the most part, I'm kind of keeping this for my grandkids.
Very good.
Yeah, just because my daughter's moving to an island. An island. What is it called? No, out on the east water, out by Cuba and places like that, in Venezuela. It's up by Venezuela. It's a small little island.
What is it called? Belize?
Well, I think it starts with a K. I can't.
Starts with what?
Starts with a K, I think. I am recording this, I think. I was kind of doing a video, but I can't see if it's recording or not.
Oh, you recorded me?
Well, I'm recording your voice. But it's nice because it shows people that I am a nice person, that there are people in the community that remember, right? You know what I'm saying? Because as it is, my life is being trashed all the time.
Insulting everybody.
Yeah. And plus we hooked up a gig.
Honestly, you know, to say
Yeah.
you're not nice is insulting everybody.
Huh?
It is insulting me too, you know, not to say you're not nice.
Do you need a box or something?
Yeah, that would have it, man. What's your name? You never told me your name.
Judy.
Judy, okay, Judy.
Yeah. Do you want a container? Just for now?
Yeah, I just collecting them.
I'll give you this bin here, and then you can put in there, and then you can empty it out, and you can figure out what you want, and then you can throw back what you don't.
Okay.
And then I gotta get up on this shit because I only have so much time.
Yeah, keep it going, man.
Yeah,
Get a hold.
yeah, okay. And then we'll figure out. Yeah, just use. Oh wait, this is kind of got water in it. It might be too big. Let's see. I don't know if this is too big for you. Oh my God. I don't know. It's kind of dirty. You don't want that. How about just a plastic bag?
Yeah?
Well, how about just a plastic bag? A little easier, don't you think? Well, I don't have anything here that's like, I had plastic bags. Here's a plastic bag. I don't know if you want to try that. Yeah. Okay, try this plastic bag.
No, you need it. You need that. I got a cart. I throw them on the cart and I just take them.
Yeah, but I'm saying while you're going through that versus, I don't know, do you want this or not?
Yes, I would. I'll take it.
Okay, I'm going to toss it, okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I've been difficult there. Just focusing.
You know, while you focus and let me start mixing off this stuff because I only got so much time. But we need to exchange numbers and plan a little gig outside of a business.
For sure.
Get Papa Riley. Let him at least do that for this year.
We're friends officially.
Yeah. And then we can talk about the park event next
If you
year.
need a hand and somebody to help you, let me know. I will help you. No problem.
Oh. Well, I might need some repairs done just on sheds and shit like that.
No. I'm on here.
I can pay you for that.
Don't worry about it.
As long as you show up and do, because I'm blind.
Yes.
And I don't want the city holding it against me, and my son will get mad if he has to do it.
No. I'll do it.
Okay. And you can bring your son, and the boys will help you.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a few things that need to be repaired,
Okay.
and I've been fighting to keep the wood, but it's been being thrown out, so we might have to buy something. If not, I'll buy it if we need it.
What kind of wood you looking for?
Well, when the time comes, when it warms up, then you've got to see what needs to be repaired, and we'll talk about it then.
Very good.
If you have it handy, I'll scoop it up off you.
I'm not master.
Or we'll buy it. I'll pay for it, right?
No worries. Don't have to,
And I'll pay you for your time too.
Thank you.
Because I don't want them coming in and saying, oh, this is now falling apart. This is the last time the city said, blah, 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 you're evicted. Oh, fuck. I know, that they're playing really dirty pool. They can get $5,500 for this house, that's why.
Yeah, I know. That's what they think.
They're $3,000 up, $2,500 down.
That's what they think, The greedies, they're making everybody greedy, the system.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have one more smoke and then I'm gonna start rinsing shit off and hiding my bounty. I'm stealing my own belongings and now I have to hide them.
Yes. That's
Right?
Ironic, isn't it?
Yeah. And when you come and help to repair, I'll pay your son and I'll pay my grandson because it's important that 14-year-olds learn to make, make a little money for their effort, right?
Yes, you have to do what is
Huh?
Yeah, you gotta show them for what,
Yeah. So I'll budget it in.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. They might even become friends.
Yes.
My grandson helps me a lot with my disabled grandson because my youngest, my 7-year-old grandson, Shimei's son, he has severe disability, so he, like cerebral palsy, so he can't walk, can't talk, can't crawl, can't feed himself, can't change himself. So, guess what my 14-year-old is doing right now? He's with him.
That's wonderful.
And he's learning to look after him. Yes, I know, but he only has really one friend.
That is a
But
good
he
son.
needs a new friend.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I'm glad you came by.
That is a good son.
He's my grandson. That
Yes.
Andre is Sierra's son. Amari, the youngest, is Shimei's son.
Okay.
And they're in my care.
Okay. How many of the kids you have? How many?
My oldest son is 40, but he's an alcoholic, so he doesn't really come around. He leaves me alone.
Yeah, good, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't stress me out, right?
Yeah, well, give you a hard time.
Yeah, he was my oldest. He's still alive, but he still struggles with alcoholism, so he knows his boundaries. And then Tisha, who will be coming by at some point to take Amari to a pediatrician appointment at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
And then she has my two grandkids. That's why I'm gathering this up, so they have something to play with, right? And I don't have to buy.
Yeah.
And then my son downstairs, who's that man who likes to terrorize me and throw my shit out. But this is really not his fault, because what happened with the city, this guy that's running around saying get rid of everything, went and put the focus on the inside of the garage. And my son, I think, just got scared. And because I had a shed there with this non-profit stuff and kid stuff in it,
Yeah.
I said, well, make a bit of room in there and throw some stuff in there. But when he opened it up, a rat had gotten in there, and I guess it died in there, but it lived there for a while. And in his mind, he's just so fed up with life and, mom being a hoarder and, just whatever, right?
Yeah.
He just threw everything out,
Yeah, well,
right? But if it wouldn't have been for the city saying, clear out the garage on the inside because they're trying to fucking piss us off, that's just been sitting there for years, for crying out loud.
Yeah. That's
I wanted to take it out on the springtime, right? And
Yeah,
give him the
yeah,
garage
yeah.
because, he has his own business, right?
you are prepared to take it out anyways, right?
Yeah, but we're under pressure right now. And because he's big and burly, a tree cutter, has no patience with nothing.
Oh, you said?
Yeah, they've been working him like a dog. They had him out here in the freezing freaking cold, loading this thing up with old frozen waterlogged frozen freaking beams and 14 years living in this yard building things with the wood accumulating with no proper annual spring cleanup. Of course it's going to accumulate over a period of time, right? With nobody helping me to get rid of it. Right? And then so anyway, city came in, and then they came in with the order of everything, planter pots, everything.
You got the
So,
bylaws?
huh?
The bylaws.
Yeah, because my landlords are trying to get me evicted. That's why.
Yeah, they probably do.
They do. They can get 50. She always crying for $4,500 to $3,500 a month.
The wife crying, huh?
The landlady.
The landlady, yeah, the wife.
Yeah, the wife.
She's the one probably who's thinking that her husband is evicted. You think?
I don't know what I don't know what that is. It looks like a fan to a computer.
Yeah.
Do you repair computers?
I like to play with them sometimes.
Well, it's old,
Yeah.
but if you can use it, that's what Andre wants to learn, how to build computers.
Your son?
My grandson, yeah. So I'm trying not to be mad at my son. I'm trying to just,
Understand it?
well, if the city wouldn't be doing what he's doing, I wouldn't have this shit out here right now.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yesterday, or the day before, but this is the representation of the Punjabi community, though. Okay, let's face it. I got a age restricted on my video because I went off on it.
You got a restriction in your video.
Yeah, because I called out the Punjabi community. This is the representation of how they treat us. Blacks, whites, Indians, and anybody less below a Punjabi within a caste system.
That is going to be the very serious outburst.
What?
Serious that has retribution, saying something like that.
It what?
They might have got very angry at you.
I can't hear you.
Did they get mad at you for doing that?
YouTube?
No, they did.
Well, they age restricted my video.
Oh.
I'm a truther.
Who restricted you?
Huh?
Who's the restrictor? Who's restricting you?
I can't hear you.
Who's restricting you? Who?
YouTube.
No, YouTube.
I have a YouTube channel. This is going on my YouTube. So when we do our little gig outside of that business. We'll record it. There'll be music, and then they fucking copyright me. And they may or may not mute videos, but because it's a public event, chances are they'll let it roll.
Yeah,
and maybe just mute one video.
They definitely withdraw.
Well, yeah, but they copyright everything, right?
Let me put my car, you know, before somebody picks it up, you know?
Yeah, you do what you want. I gotta start rinsing off some of this stuff and hide it. Okay, I ain't got no time here because Amari's got an appointment and I gotta get him ready soon. And I gotta get this out of sight before my son gets home. Everybody's working under pressure. So you heard that, right? A nice man came by, right? Are you gonna help me do a little gig for Papa Riley? Because I know Riley's gonna be upset that we can't do the park event. But one, I can't afford it. And two, you know, it's just not feasible this year. But we can definitely do something outside of it. Where's the camera? There it is. We can definitely do something outside of the business. That's fun. That's fun. Yeah. So that will work. That'll work real good. So I'm just going to rinse off some of this shit. Some of this shit I'm just rebagging. I'm leaving as is. I don't care. I mean, clearly, you know, it is what it is. I got a few things for the kids. That's all that matters. Mostly for the kids, right? And once, if they don't want it, then I'll just, Andre can give it to, he can try and sell it. If it doesn't sell, like I said, I'll give it to the community. Maybe we'll take some of this stuff. Maybe we'll take some of this stuff and we'll give it to people at the event. Yeah. I'm so happy you came by.
Thirsty?
Huh?
I got a soda. Is it okay if I offer you a drink?
A drink?
Yeah.
What kind drink?
Fruit mix, you know.
No, I don't know.
It's a drink.
What kind drink?
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew? Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Is it booze?
No.
Oh yeah, okay, it sure doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate that. The way he said it, you want a drink? Well, I don't know. I don't normally drink during the day, but I'm so stressed out. I'd take a beer any minute. What to say? Normally, when people ask you for a drink, they're like offering you like a cooler or a beer or something. I almost want to give this guy a guitar for his son. Here, go take the guitar home to your son. Because I got extra guitars in the house, you know, and I'm feeling generous, but we'll just wait and see. Maybe he come and he build for me and get his son helping with Andre, 2 boys. That'll be really good for Andre. That's what he needs. Yeah. Because there's a few things that need to be done. We know that. So I'm going to turn this off for now. Well, I'll wait for a minute. I'm going to have one more smoke and then I'm going to start. I don't care. It is what it is, right? If I get caught with the goods, I might get caught with the goods out here. My son will, what are you doing? Thanks. What's the matter with you, Mom? I'll say, shut up. I got a friend here. He'll be like, who? You don't got no friends, Mom.
But you drink? You drink sometimes?
Sometimes, not very often.
Okay. Next time I come, you know, I bring you some vodka or something, you know?
No, I can't drink hard liquor.
No?
I don't drink. I went to the booze can over here with the Africans.
Yeah.
I had 2 beer. Oh my God. My grandson, my 14, never seen me drunk before. I came wobbling in. I was so drunk. No, I don't really drink. No, when you come with your son to work, we'll have a beer. I'll have 1 beer with you.
Okay.
And we'll let the boys work.
Yes.
And I got a few things that need to be repaired.
Okay. Good.
As long as you don't mind doing that kind of stuff.
Not at all.
Okay. That'll be good. Because I am going blinder and blinder more every day.
That is how's your sugar?
My sugar?
Sugar, yeah.
I don't know.
Are you diabetic?
No, I have late stage glaucoma.
Okay.
But maybe I drink a lot of coffee with sugar and I don't eat very well. But no, it's glaucoma related.
Okay.
Working too many years in the yard with untreated glaucoma. And then COVID came, and I couldn't get a referral, so I couldn't get the drops. So that went on for 1.5 years. And by the time I got to the eye doctor, I had 13% vision in my right eye and 2% vision in my left eye. Yeah. You don't want that? You just want the lights?
Yeah, with the wire inside.
Oh, I don't know.
The family is good. They work?
Pardon me?
The light works?
I don't know. They were in the shed.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, they do. They do. When I had them, but that was years ago. But I don't see why they wouldn't. The light bulb might be dead. But you're pulling out.
Who helped you get all this stuff out? You?
Huh?
Who helped you?
My son loaded it up. That's why he's mad at me. Because he feels that he shouldn't have done that. And he didn't have to do it. But it's the city. It's the city that, and my landlords. They want just whatever. And my son got caught in the crossfire. And they picked the baddest time. Oh, you want those pipes, eh?
Yeah.
What you doing with them?
They're gonna
I can't hear you.
no, I'm gonna recycle them if I take those ones.
Oh,
If I take them.
really?
Yeah.
He just took a whole bunch of shit for recycling.
If I did, yeah.
Yeah, when you come back, I got some stuff underneath another little hideout that got copper wire in it. I'll give it to you
Yeah.
then.
You have them now?
Huh?
You have them? I buy them off you.
No, I don't want you to buy them. I don't want to dig for them. I hid them.
You did? Can I see them?
I'd have to
You
dig
mind?
for them.
Judy? Yeah?
Huh?
Do you mind?
You really want them?
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, as I say, I pay you for.
No, I don't want them. I don't need the money. I'm okay. No. I'm all right. I don't mind being $50,000 in debt and credit cards. I'm always living on the edge. They're in the back. What we can do is you can help me carry some of this shit to the back.
Okay.
And I think I know where they are. Honestly, I can't be 100% sure. But if you want to poke your nose in there and feel around, you might find the bag.
I really would appreciate that.
And they're the heavy cords, right? The
Yeah,
red
the
ones
cord-
from the
the
houses
ones
and
are
that
better.
kind of thing, huh?
It's better. The heavier, the better.
What?
The heavier, the better.
The
right?
heavier the better. I know. That's why I kept them.
Okay, good.
I was
As
gonna.
say, I don't mind compensating you.
Okay, yeah, but I can't guarantee that they're in the right spot where I'm thinking in my head.
Okay. We can
But
try.
you can help me carry a couple of these things to the back and poke your hand in there, feel around. You'll feel them.
Okay, Judy.
And then if you pull them out, we'll stuff a bag in.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Let's go do it.
All right, so I'm going to turn off this camera because it's probably going to blink out if it hasn't already. It is recording, right? Can you tell me? I think it is. I can't.
Let me see.
You're going to see. It says red, right? It's red, right? Record?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's recording.
Say hey, people.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, me and Judy,
Yeah.
we just met. We met before, but today we became good friends.
Yeah.
So this is possible always, becoming,
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, we're going to do a gig with Papa Riley.
We do.
Yeah, we do. You got the
community
business,
gig.
right? You got the business. You get
Yeah,
the business.
we get the business.
Okay, you get the business, and I got
Business is
canopies. I got canopies. Riley, I got DJ equipment if Riley doesn't bring his own. We've got DJ Steve, DJ Riley. We're good.
We got the world famous ones.
Yeah,
Awesome. All right,
big
Judy.
jaw off sound.
Okay. Can I buy one smoke or you smoke?
Sure. And then I'm gonna bag up this, and then I'm gonna turn off the camera. Where are they? I'm gonna turn off the camera,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna bag
This
this
is
up,
when
and
I
then
show-
we're gonna
when I
go to
show
the
this-
back. You help me carry it because
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
washing right now.
No worries.
And
I'll
I'll wash
carry
it
Which one do
when
you
I have
carry?
time.
What is going? You don't touch anything.
Huh?
I'll carry him. Show me. Which one.
No, I have to bag them. You have your smoke,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go and get a couple. Do you see bags here? I had them. I lost them.
Yeah. Which ones?
Yeah.
What do you need to carry to the back after you
Well,
bag
I'll
it?
bag them up. I'm just gonna throw those in the shed. I don't have
This
time
one?
to clean.
Okay.
That's all has to be washed.
Okay.
I have to hide it. It's my dirty secret.
I hear you. I got you. Okay. That's a nice
Yeah.
place you got,
For me?
A nice place you got. A nice big house. Spacious, big house.
No, it's small inside. It only looks big. But I lived most of my life in the yard. You see a black pair, like a pair of gloves? They're leather little dirty gloves. I took them off. Because I don't see very well, right? I can't see. They're just a small pair of gloves. They're leather. I think I see them. Okay, I think
Found
they're right
them?
here.
Found them? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you have your smoke.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna bag up this shit and we'll carry it to the back, and then you got eyes, you can see.
Yeah.
You can feel.
Very good,
And
okay.
where I think these cords are,
Okay.
you'll score.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll do that. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Pushing it back for you so you can have enough room.
You have a low voice, and I have plugged ears.
Yeah.
So if I don't hear you, it's not because I'm being whatever. It's
I
just,
know.
you know how it is.
It's me. I've got a very low voice.
Yeah. My grandson has a really deep voice. He has a B.B. King voice.
Yeah,
And I have a hard time hearing him too. I know. So this will be done in the spring. This is just children's whatever. I'll wash it when the weather is better. It was dry until it ended up out here, but like I said, my son would not have done this if the city and my landlord wasn't doing what they're doing. The shit sat there for 2000, since some of this stuff since 2017, because I was working in this yard for my landlord, because it was a mud pit. This is how she pays me back. Yeah. That's how it rocks. Okay, so I'll just grab this, and we're just gonna stuff them, hide them away like a dirty secret. Yeah, Andre needs a new friend. Get in touch with his heritage. Get in touch with his heritage.
This goes inside?
Huh?
This goes inside, right?
No, I'm gonna. Anything that looks kind of like good for small children, I want to keep for my grandkids. Okay, this I don't want. What is it? It's a turtle. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder if oh, see that? I don't know if I could ever wash that. I think this one's no good. You can throw them back in there. I'm not in the mood to be trying to salvage that. That's just too much for me. We'll take that to the back. Okay, let me turn off this camera, and we'll blink out in a minute anyway. Okay, so my newfound friend here, we accomplished a lot. Yeah, he helped me put some stuff away. That was great. You know, he's got eyes, so it was easier for him. He scored on some little stuff here that he's quite happy with. I'm finishing up with the video. I said you scored with some stuff. Now, you're not going to be able to take that. Are you taking that all now?
Yeah.
Oh, you got means to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's happy.
Otherwise, I make sure I take care of this before I go anywhere.
I don't know what you said, but hold on a minute, people. So yeah, he helped me to put stuff away.
As much as I can.
Uh-huh.
Right? Whatever is left,
And then you're coming back?
I take them. I make them put them in order.
Well, you don't want to leave it here because you come back and it might be gone.
I know.
So put it over here.
That would. Let me just first.
Do you want to use this wheelbarrow, but it's got a dead tire on it?
No. That is the one I have.
You don't want to use this?
Not right now. No.
Okay. But I put your stuff right here. The ones that you're not taking right away because I can't guarantee you it'll be there when it comes.
But let me first load them, right?
Or maybe, why not take a bucket like this? Because that's not very heavy what you got. Why not look for a garbage bin with wheels on it? That would be easier for you.
That would be. The garbage bag will do.
Huh?
This will do.
What you're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna put the things right. I've got enough room.
Okay, you got your own system.
Yeah. If it doesn't, then I would ask you.
Do you need a garbage bag?
No, I'm good.
Okay, all right. And then what you're not taking, I'd put over here just
Yes, I will.
to safeguard it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. See, he got himself some treasures that he's very happy to have. Right? And I got some help that I was very happy to have. What's that?
But otherwise, I will come to help you. Just to help you.
Oh yeah, well, we got it all figured out. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to finish this video now. You should have seen me, you should have heard me talking to a fella. His name's Chemo, I think. And anyway, he's coming back and to pick up a couple of more things. And then when the weather warms up, I'll have him come back and do some repairs for me on the X Club or wherever. And because he's got a son the same age as Andre, I'll pay the boys to clear out whatever needs to be cleared out, sort it, wash. I'll wash, like, you know, like, right? I'll help too, right? Amari can come outside and it will get done faster with two people because I can't depend on Jude to help Andre with these things. Jude doesn't like that. He doesn't like to do that stuff. He likes, you know, he's okay with the rocket stove, but when it comes to whatever, either or, this other young man, I'll pay Andre and this other young man while Chemo's maybe doing a few repairs. Right? And it'll go faster, right? And it'll hopefully get done in one day. Versus pile out and then not get put back, and it's just whatever, right? And right now I'm bagged, obviously, right? Because my son threw out my first Surger that I ever owned because it was in the garage. It still worked. It was just running slow, right? Because, you know, I worked it like a workhorse for years and years and years, and it's a faff. And in those days, that's when I went to Alberta. And I only had 2 kids. And he threw it out. That man found it. I told him it works. It actually works. But whatever. This is what I mean by ignorant shit. It was in the garage. It wasn't bothering him. And I had it on a shelf under a tarp. So why he threw it out other than to be, like I said, spiteful, right? So even when I cut him some slack and fuck, right? You know, I cut him some slack, right? I understand why he did what he did, right? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have done it that way, but, and then, you know, to find my Surger in there, the first one that I ever owned that still works after all these years, that thing cost $1,500 to buy. It was the top of the line back in those days. You know what I'm saying? And he just tossed it, fucking, you know, buried it, right? I don't even know where that guy found it. Because he was looking around, digging deeper than me, right? And he found it. And if he would never have found it, I would never have known. Unless I went downstairs and was looking for it one day because I knew it was out there. That's when they evicted me from the basement, right? And just things started to pile out. And, oh, fuck, man. I could have sold that. It's a faff. Faffs are the best. But either or. It's done now. It's found a new home. So, anyway, so this is the end of this video, and we'll see what happens next. I'm going to have to probably go outside in a couple of days. I'm behind on laundry, behind on everything. I've got shit piling up on the inside because of what my son did, and some things are somewhere else, and some things need to be wiped down, and some things need to be washed, and some things need to be dealt with in, you know, in a month from now, and just like a stupid man. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to go outside in the next couple of days and work back in the frickin' mud and the grit and the sand and whatever. As maybe I might find more of my shit being trashed for one reason or another. Who knows? I don't know. I don't understand why that Surger was in there. There was no need for that. Absolutely none. It was on a shelf behind a tarp. Unless he took down the fucking shelf and threw that out like a wall unit, right? Anyway. Oh, I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. Like, I cut my son some slack and then I turn around and get slapped in the face. That's basically what it feels like.